So first of all, I need to go back to the disclaimer. Look at this. For the video's sake, hi everybody, I'm Mike Taylor. This is the weekend session of Triple Rim Lambos. Quick disclaimer, this is not investment advice. We're just having an open discussion about things that happened on the internet this week. And this weekend, we're talking about crypto. So you were asking about my CryptoBot. This is Cryptohopper. Cryptohopper, it's a bot, right? So what it does is it connects to your exchanges. So I have one hopper that's connected to Binance US, and I have one hopper that's connected to Coinbase Pro. And I'm not sure where you have your Bitcoin, but these have been the most effective for me.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I have them in, where do I have them? I have them, we have a Coinbase, and he did have some Robinhood, but we're closing the Robinhood, so.
Yeah,
everybody. just on principle.
Yeah, you were about to say something else?
I opened up a bull wall or whatever, wall bull, whatever. Well,
okay. Weeble,
yeah.
Remember those things when we were kids? Weebles wobble, but you don't fall down. That's what I think of when I think of that one.
I'm spelling my age too. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm 52, my friend. I'm wearing a heavy metal T-shirt here. Yeah.
All the way, baby, all the way.
So if you're in Coinbase, you can trade on Coinbase Pro, and you can get a Coinbase Pro account, move all your Coinbase stuff over to Coinbase Pro to trade for free. And then you can take your profits off the top, move them back over to Coinbase to just earn interest. See,
and this is what Cryptohopper is on Coinbase Pro?
Yeah, okay. So what you're looking at here is Cryptohopper will connect to your brokers, right? And they have all kinds of let me see if I can create a new one. I'll have to delete this one, but just to show you what they offer, the auto trading bot, which is what I'm using. There's an arbitrage hopper where if you're connected to, like I am, to Binance US and you're connected to Coinbase Pro, you can do arbitrage. Like if there's a price difference between Bitcoin over at Binance US and there's a difference in the price over at Coinbase Pro, it will trade that for you automatically, and it'll do it, you know, it'll scrape just little fractions of pennies for you. And then if you, they also have one, and this is a kind of an expensive subscription, which I'll describe in a second. But you can make your own markets, right? So if you have a bunch of coins that you own, and you can actually become your own exchange.
You can make your own stop loss, basically. Stop the loss or limit,
I haven't gotten that advanced. I use the auto trading bot, and that's what we'll be looking at. And
that's in Cryptohopper, right?
This is Cryptohopper we're looking at right now. All of this on this webpage is cryptohopper.com. So when you click create a trading hopper, which is what I have, they have all these different exchanges you connect to. Binance US, and there's a difference between Binance and Binance US is obviously Binance US is for US buyers because of our restrictions and so forth. So I have a Coinbase Pro and I have a Binance US. I also have KuCoin and Bittrex, but I don't have any money over there. I don't have any money invested in those platforms yet. And I could hook those up here and start that arbitrage bot that I was in the middle there, I was describing a second ago. But these are all the ones that they offer for you. So, you know, Coinbase Pro, you can select the different base currency that you want to use. So you just said you and your friends, you got a bunch of Bitcoin. So you can actually trade Bitcoin against other coins, right? If you had dollars, which I have in my Binance US one, you trade against the US dollar. if you had euros and so forth, or you wanted to trade it Ethereum, you know, pounds, and then I forget what these ones are, but the ones that you're going to want to pick is this Coinbase. There we go.
Pro.
Closing doors, please. The Coinbase Pro Bitcoin one is the one you'd want to select. When you select it, you're going to go to Coinbase Pro, and it'll fall. If they've got a guide here on how to set the whole thing up, there's a link to that. But you set up your keys and everything like that, and then you have, bam, your connected hopper. I'm just gonna delete this guy. So I have my Coinbase Pro set up as my dollar trading, and then Binance is my Bitcoin, because Binance is a Bitcoin trading platform. So
yeah, new, right? It's new.
Yeah, it's a popular one though, so that's why I picked it. Like, I actually, this whole setup I found on a YouTube video, and I'll post the YouTube video, or I'll send it to you or something like that. The guy
YouTube is my favorite learning thing.
Oh, it's the University of YouTube, yes.
Created by the people.
Yeah, exactly. You can learn from people who of course, that's also how we got a lot of, you know, misinformation, but we won't go there. We're not talking about that today. So the trick is about these things is you can connect these to your exchanges, but for Cryptohopper to work, you have to pay for a subscription.
Okay.
So
how much is a subscription?
Well, the subscriptions, I will go there. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. The subscriptions, this is what you're paying for them to operate. And this is what I was saying at the beginning of this thing. It's worth every penny of the $20 a month I'm spending, because I've made like
What about the Venture Hopper? Is there a difference, or?
Yeah, you can have more coins and more triggers, and you know, this video that I'll post, he explains a lot of it better than I could. I used his setup.
Will it sell your Bitcoin? Say it's at 3,500, and then it goes to 6,500, and that's if you want to sell some at. Will it do that for you?
No. What it does is it'll look at all the coins simultaneously, and when a coin, any given coin, based on your strategy, right? And I'll explain the strategies here in a second. If your strategy gets met, like my strategy is literally what we were just talking about a minute ago on my chart, the Bollinger Bands and the RSI. When the Bollinger Band crosses mid and the RSI is above 50, that tells my Cryptohopper, go buy some coin, right? Whichever coin you're seeing that happen in, go buy it. And I have a limit set in my settings here that I'll get into that says, you know, you can only spend $300 at a time. But for you might want to risk more. You could say, hey, spend $600 at a time so that, you know, your returns are better. So, excuse me. So I have just the $20 a month one. You might, you know, this is up to you. You got to go look at the information.
Yeah, I do my DD.
I'm just waiting for the guy behind you to announce her to stop.
I'm gonna lose you in about 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay. So whatever one you want, you decide which one is best for you. But the subscription is what you hook into your hopper, right? So I've got one $20 subscription running on Binance, and I've got one $20 subscription running on Coinbase. And what that gives me is these hoppers. Right. So first I'll go to the Bitcoin one, and this is trading Bitcoin against all these other coins, right? Ethereum, Litecoin, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash, Tezos is down here. But Tezos, as you might know, just got delisted by a bunch of stuff. So it's pretty much freaking worthless. Okay. It's pretty much worthless. And that's why I think we'll wait for him to come back. We'll wait for him to come back, and then But I can continue talking, Daniel, if you want, if you're paying attention.
Yeah, I was just kind of following everything you were saying.
Okay.
I was curious about Cryptohopper also.
There he is. There's Marissa. Hi, Marissa. Looks like she's bringing her audio online. Daniel, and we'll get, there he goes. Hi, Marissa. Good morning. Looks like we got a message from Jared here. Looks like we lost Bobby. He's off to do something. But anyway, so what I was describing with my crypto hoppers is that the subscription on the Cryptohopper will allow it to start trading these coins. Basically, I'm paying Cryptohopper to run the service for me, but the service allows the Bitcoins to trade against all these other currencies. And so I have the way you set this up is through using a strategy. And the strategy that I have are some of the things we were describing back in my script, right? We've got Bollinger Bands, we've got the RSI numbers and things like that. And in my Cryptohopper, it works basically the same. So in my strategy, I have exactly like you would set up in any chart, right? You go in here into your settings and you can set, you know, what you want the source to be. Do you want it to be the close? Do you want the high low? Do you want the open, the bid, the ask? But you can do those same type of strategies over here. And again, I learned that I got this from a YouTube video, which I'll pull up here in a second. But it's using a 5-minute candle, using a Bollinger Band crossover, 20 bars back, 2% deviation on a extended moving average, 10 candles, right? And so these are all things that basically, all of these things mean is that on a chart period, it's looking at a 5-minute chart, which I don't have. Oh, here we go. 5-minute chart. It's looking for, it's going to do a buy signal when the close over 20 bars within 2% of the EMA for 10 triggers that, right? So what that means is that it'll look back from this point right here, it'll look back 20 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll look back 20 bars and it'll look to see if something has crossed the Bollinger Band, which it has in this particular chart we're looking at. It would see that and it would see the RSI. So similar to the way that I have my script set up with the Bollinger Band and the RSI crossing, like right here, that's what these two things do. The combination of this RSI region crossover and the Bollinger Band upper band crossover on the 5-minute candle gives me the same signal on my Bitcoins as this script that I'm writing gives me on any chart, right? So the strategy is what you use for your hopper. And once you've got your strategy set up, you can do some back testing. And this is what I'm trying to do for my script back here. And what I was trying to show you in the strategy tester panel is that it'll go back and do some of this back testing stuff for you. So what back testing is it'll look at your configuration, which is the RSI Bollinger Band cross on the 5-minute. And you can take profit at 10%. You can add a stop loss. You can have a trailing stop loss, which I don't use. But what it'll do, it'll test trading Bitcoin against any one of these currencies, right? So if I wanted to test trading Bitcoin against Chainlink for the last, let's see, you can basically test back for the last 3 weeks, right? What it'll do is it'll look and it'll simulate running this script on the last 3 weeks of data, right? See, it's going through and it's running, and it'll kind of simulate like if it was a moving chart, and it'll find where the Bollinger Bands and the RSI did the crossovers, and it'll identify them. And it'll simulate, hey, if I had traded on this day for the amount that was set, what would the result be? Right? And so it goes through and it's figuring out what to do there, and it's identified one there. It's identified one there. And back here, you can see the green lines is where it bought and actually had a successful buy and sell that was positive, and this one was a negative. Right? Again, some positives, and then I had 3 bad, pretty big sells in a row. So that wasn't a very good period. And what I can do is tweak my script a little bit. I can analyze this data in here and figure out, well, why did it sell on these? What can I have done differently that would have made it a positive one? And you can tweak these numbers back in your strategy. But it also allows you to tweak those numbers here. And the other criteria that it's doing is that it's looking for a 10% profit on all of these. So if I had set that to like a 3% profit, so it's just doing scalping, you'd see a lot more. So once it finishes the back test here, and again, this is what strategies do, is they do back testing. They allow you to do back testing. And that's why I'm writing a strategy back over in TradingView. It figures out that, with a 10% profit, you would actually find a couple of instances where you made 12.25% when you sold. And this is all your settings. 54 successful sells, no losses. That's a really good strategy. And so I can deploy this configuration, right? And that would go and become the strategy in my configuration file down here, which I'll go into. But this will also show you all the data that you're seeing up here, the trades, the times, and how much you would have made. Right, look at that, just 10%, 11%. I think I need to tweak my script to start doing that. I haven't looked at this in a while, so this might be a good opportunity once this call finishes. But once your strategy is set and you've got your subscription running, what's this? I forget what that says. Oh yeah, I forgot I can connect it to TradingView. That's good. I forgot. That's something I can connect to. So anyway, the problem with these connectors is if you connect it to it, it takes away all of this functionality that the Cryptohopper has built in, and it just starts talking to TradingView. So that's why I didn't use that. In my base configuration for my Hopper, this is where you give it a name, whether or not it's live or not, because you can turn them on and off. Like if you're tweaking something or you're not ready to, if you're testing your strategy and you're not ready to have it go trade yet, you can turn it off. This is where you can set your API keys for whichever exchange you're connected to. This will give you notifications, emails usually. I noticed that the app doesn't really give me like pop-up notifications. This is where you can set your buying settings, whether you want market orders or limit orders, how long you want the order to last, right? So if you put an order in for like, 50 cents or 50.5 Bitcoin, and the price all of a sudden drops to 0.3, nobody's going to want to buy that at 0.5 or sell it at 0.5. So the Cryptohopper will let the order sit for 4 minutes, and then it'll close the order because it's not coming back, right? There's no reason to leave that order open if it's not going to execute in 4 minutes time. You can set the max open positions. Again, a lot of these settings came from this YouTube video that I'm going to pull up here shortly. I'll post it in the what's out for anybody who wants that, and I'm sure Bobby will. But basically what you're trying to do is get these settings to have a maximum of 1 open position per coin. That was the important thing that I took away from the video in these particular settings. And you can also force it to open 1 buy order per coin. So that's another setting that I have. Coins and amounts. This is where you can pick which coins that you're trading. So with Bitcoin on Binance US, I can only trade these coins: Ethereum, Binance Coin, Litecoin, Binance Cash, VeChain, Uniswap. Uniswap I had, it dropped to minus 70% of its value, and it took 128 days. So basically I paid for 4 months of the Cryptohopper to hold on to it until it finally sold last week. And I took it out of there because I'm just like, I don't want, that much of my capital tied up for that long again. And this coin's a loser. But Tezos, I think it was Ripple that got delisted recently, so you're not seeing that one here. But these are all the coins that I trade with my Binance US with Bitcoin. I also have the Cryptohopper with Coinbase Pro using US dollars, and that's actually the one that does much better for me. And I'll show you the settings in that one. But back over here, this is where I have that strategy set that we just back tested, right? And these are all the strategies I've written. But back in that back testing panel, and you saw at the end when there was that results panel off to the left, and it said deploy this strategy, it'll deploy whatever strategy you put and tested here. It'll overwrite this field for you from that back testing panel. Once you tweak it, you get it just right, and you love your back testing results, you can say deploy this, and that will overwrite this strategy settings. Got it? Trailing stop buys, if you're trying to do shorting, you can do that. I don't necessarily. Again, this is all settings from the video. I have my take profit at 10%. I have my order type set to market orders, so I don't have to set a limit order of any sort of percentage. It just buys it at market order, at market price, and sells it. Again, this is where I can set the time on how long it'll hold the order. Sell strategy. You can also, and it gives you a warning here, you can short on this, and you can sell coins against each other based on the strategy. It's supposedly risky, so that's why they put the warning there, but I have it set and it's working out pretty well. I also have a stop loss. I don't know that this is working in my favor right now, so I'm probably going to change this setting, because I've had a couple of stop losses that have closed out, and I've lost 3-4% on coins that shouldn't have. So I'm gonna after this call, I'm probably going to tweak some of these settings. But you can also set trailing stop losses. This one has worked out really well for me. I have a trailing stop loss in percentage of 1.5%, just under 1.5%. You notice it's set at 0.49. Again, mostly just from the settings that they have, but it's worked out well, because if the trailing stop loss hits 1.5%,